Imagine a world where financial stress is just a distant memory. A world where you enjoy financial freedom, emotional satisfaction, and true happiness. It sounds like a dream, doesn't it? But this dream can become your reality. Today, we're going to explore 8 essential Stoic habits to stop living like someone less fortunate. It's not just about accumulating wealth, but about cultivating a mindset that promotes prosperity, peace, and positivity. These habits have the power to transform lives, and I guarantee that by the end of this video, your perspective on finances and life in general will change. Why should you pay attention? Because the goal here isn't just to exist, but to live fully and thrive. Stay with me as we embark on this journey toward financial independence. Let's start with the first habit: avoiding living beyond your financial means. This is a teaching that seems logical, but it's often ignored. Every day we are bombarded with tempting ads encouraging us to consume various products, like the latest smartphone model or the trendiest clothing. The temptation to spend money on unnecessary items is strong, and without realizing it, we end up spending more than we can afford, accumulating more and more debt. This vicious cycle of consumption is a common trap, and self-control, a fundamental aspect of Stoicism, is essential here. Stoicism teaches us not to give in to desires, and not to allow material objects to dictate our happiness. Instead, we should be content with what we already have, and resist the constant urge to always want more. This doesn't mean you can never treat yourself, but those treats should be done consciously, considering your financial situation. In practice, this starts with distinguishing between what we need and what we want. Essentials like food, housing, and basic clothing are necessary for life. Desires, on the other hand, include things we'd like to have but don't necessarily need, like cutting-edge technology, branded clothes, or luxury cars. Understanding this difference helps us make more conscious decisions. Remember the fable of the hare and the tortoise. In the race of life, we prefer to be the tortoise, moving steadily and thoughtfully, rather than the hare, who quickly and recklessly consumes its resources. Living prudently is about making wise choices to live comfortably without the constant stress of financial uncertainty. Imagine having enough savings to handle unexpected events without panic, being debt-free, and having financial freedom to spend more time with your family or even start your own business. Imagine being able to retire peacefully without fear of running out of savings. All of this is possible if you live within your means. Implementing this habit requires discipline and can be challenging, especially if you're used to impulsive spending. But the peace of mind that comes with financial stability is worth all the effort. Take the first step toward financial independence. Evaluate your spending habits, distinguish between needs and wants, and commit to not spending more than you can afford. This is the power of the first Stoic teaching. It's not just about finances, but about forming a mindset that leads to a prosperous and satisfying life. And this is just the beginning. Now that you understand the importance of living within your means, let's move on to the second habit: paying attention to your personal financial situation. The idea that ignorance is bliss doesn't apply when it comes to money. Ignoring your finances can lead to growing difficulties. A fundamental part of Stoicism is the practice of wisdom, which includes understanding your financial situation clearly. This means being fully aware of your expenses and income. Many people fall into the trap of ignoring their financial reality, perhaps out of fear, shame, or neglect. But it's crucial to recognize your financial situation, no matter how unfavorable it may be, because that's the first step toward improvement. Think of your finances like a garden. If you neglect it, weeds and pests will take over, destroying what was once a flourishing and organized space. The analogy also applies to financial management. Constant and careful supervision allows you to quickly identify any financial problems, address them, and make the necessary adjustments so that your financial garden can thrive. Another important aspect of Stoicism is being grounded in reality. Stoics advocate for seeing things as they truly are, without illusions or false perceptions. This habit should guide your financial approach. Assess your income, debts, expenses, savings, and investments. Understand where your money comes from and where it's going. Recognizing financial reality can be uncomfortable, but it's a crucial step in building a solid foundation for growth and stability. Ignoring finances often leads to poor money management habits. Without a clear understanding of your financial situation, it's easy to overspend, not know how to save, and make hasty investment decisions. In contrast, being aware of your finances allows you to make decisions that align with your financial goals. Adopting a Stoic mindset regarding money means taking responsibility for it and understanding that your financial health is the result of your habits and choices. Blaming external factors doesn't solve the problem. Rather, it perpetuates the cycle of financial difficulties. Remember that control over your finances is in your hands. Allow Stoic philosophy to guide you in the pursuit of financial knowledge and independence. Pay attention to your money, take responsibility for it, and use it as a tool to build the life you want. Therefore, don't neglect your finances and start treating them with the care and respect they deserve, following our first habit. Now, let's move on to the third habit. Don't associate happiness with material wealth. This is an important milestone in our quest for an enriched life. In our culture, we are often led to believe that happiness is tied to owning material goods, suggesting that the more we have, the happier we will be. However, in reality, things aren't quite like that. Stoicism, based on logic, perspective, and virtue, offers a unique perspective on this matter. This philosophy teaches that true happiness lies in virtue. You may ask, how does virtue relate to wealth or happiness? The connection is deep. For Stoics, virtue is the highest good. In other words, a virtuous life based on wisdom, courage, justice, self-discipline, and ethics represents the highest form of happiness. Virtue, unlike material goods, is under our control, not influenced by external factors or the volatility of what we possess, but rather by who we are and how we conduct our lives. There are countless stories of dissatisfied millionaires and ordinary people who find joy in simplicity. Your bank balance is not an indicator of happiness. What really matters is the quality of your character and your actions. Moreover, material goods are fleeting, and the endless pursuit of more goods is akin to running on a treadmill. There is movement, but no real progress. On the other hand, when a person seeks wealth in wisdom, experience, and relationships, they find lasting satisfaction. The knowledge gained, life experiences, and shared love are treasures that continue to enrich life in a way that material possessions never could. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages us to value what we already have. Gratitude is considered a form of wealth. In summary, revising our perception of wealth and happiness is vital. It's a path that seeks internal, not external, validation. This implies understanding that the true measure of wealth lies not in having, but in being. Renouncing the idea that wealth equals happiness may be necessary to achieve genuine satisfaction. As the Stoic philosopher Cicero taught, it's not what we have little of, but what we desire more that makes us poor. Our next habit is to embrace and utilize risk opportunities. The word risk often evokes worry or caution, emotions that can prevent us from reaching our full potential. Stoicism teaches us that being brave is essential. The fear of failure or facing obstacles should not be a barrier to taking well-calculated risks. But you may be wondering, what kind of risk? In short, what really sets successful people apart from others is their courage to take risks. These people step out of their comfort zones, embrace uncertainty, and face challenges head-on. They recognize that it's through these risks that they grow, learn, and ultimately achieve success. For you, this means reevaluating your view of risk. Instead of seeing it as a potential threat, view it as an opportunity for growth. Adopt a mindset that sees challenges as steps toward success. Consider the example of an explorer preparing for an expedition. He faces dangers as he ventures into unknown territories, dealing with adverse conditions and unforeseen problems. However, by accepting these risks, he has the chance to discover new horizons, learn from unique experiences, and possibly find unexpected treasures. This process of entering the unknown and overcoming obstacles can lead to extraordinary discoveries and personal growth. Similarly, in the financial aspect, taking risks may include investing in an innovative project, exploring a new career path, or deciding to save and invest resources instead of spending them immediately. There's a chance that things may not go as planned, but there's also the possibility of surprisingly positive outcomes. However, talking about risk doesn't mean acting recklessly. Stoicism advocates for well-thought-out and reasonable risks based on knowledge, understanding, and a clear view of your specific situation. Appreciating risk as an inevitable part of life is essential. Every choice we make involves some degree of risk. But it's by facing these risks, rather than avoiding them, that we open doors to countless opportunities, develop ourselves, and move closer to achieving our goals of financial independence, personal improvement, and overall satisfaction. So let's bravely follow this path, allowing risks to transform and shape us into wiser and more successful versions of ourselves. Every risk faced is a step toward your goals. Every obstacle overcome is the foundation for your financial prosperity. And speaking of taking positive initiatives, here's one more you can adopt right now. Join us on this journey of evolution and prosperity. The fifth habit is, don't underestimate personal growth. We emphasize the need for continuous evolution and development. Just like a tree that expands and grows, we must strive for our own improvement. Personal growth includes becoming the best version of yourself, which implies dedicating time and effort to expanding your knowledge and taking care of your well-being. Just like an app that requires constant updates to maintain its relevance and effectiveness, we need continuous learning and skill improvement to stay competitive in today's dynamic world. A common obstacle is the comfort zone, a safe and familiar space, but one that limits our growth. The comfort zone is a pleasant place, but nothing grows there. Stoicism compares the comfort zone to a dark and unchanging cave, but one that is also isolated and restrictive. In contrast, stepping out of the comfort zone is like climbing a mountain. The path may be steep and difficult, with uncertainties and risks, but as we overcome these challenges, we reach new heights, enjoy broader views, and experience significant personal growth. Personal development is not just a privilege, but a necessity. This means having the courage to leave the comfort zone and embark on a path of constant learning. If we stop learning, we risk becoming obsolete. Just like a shark needs to keep moving to survive, we need to keep learning to stay relevant and competitive. Investing in yourself is one of the most important ways to foster personal growth. This may include seeking additional education, attending seminars and workshops, finding mentors, or setting aside time to read and expand your knowledge. These investments can have a profound impact on your career, relationships, and quality of life. Stoic self-control is also crucial here. It's about making the right choices for personal growth, rather than opting for excessive leisure or unnecessary spending. It's not about sacrifice, but about making decisions that align with your long-term goals. In conclusion to this lesson, it's worth highlighting that personal development is a continuous journey, not a final destination. It's an attempt to progress, not to achieve perfection. By adopting the Stoic principle of continuous learning and growth, you channel your energy into becoming the best version of yourself. Every day is an opportunity to learn something new, hone a skill, or gain a new perspective. Those who seize these opportunities find that their personal growth has a direct impact on their financial development. So don't underestimate the value of investing in yourself and watch how your life changes for the better. As we continue our journey through Stoic teachings, we find a vital principle that helps us avoid the tendency to blame others: the importance of taking personal responsibility. This principle, one of the foundations of Stoic philosophy, emphasizes the importance of personal responsibility and autonomy in improving our financial health and quality of life. It's essential that we recognize our role in situations where we blame others. But why is this so important? We live in a society that often prefers to place the responsibility for its problems on others. By doing so, we give up our control and influence over our own lives, becoming passive spectators rather than active protagonists in our own story. The idea that others are to blame may seem comforting in the short term, but by blaming others for our financial problems or failures, we give up our power to make changes, learn, and grow. Stoicism offers the opposite approach, encouraging us to take responsibility for our decisions, actions, and therefore the course of our lives. Understanding this transforms us from mere observers into active architects of our destiny, putting us in charge and directing our lives to where we truly desire. For example, consider accumulating a significant amount of credit card debt. It would be easy to blame high interest rates or social pressure to consume, but in reality, the decision to use the card was ours. Recognizing this doesn't mean wallowing in guilt and self-punishment, but giving ourselves the chance to learn from mistakes and make better decisions in the future. Taking personal responsibility means acknowledging that our financial situation directly reflects our choices and actions. Yes, external factors influence, but our response to these factors is even more decisive. Take, for instance, recent events in the world that have caused many people to lose their jobs and suffer significant financial setbacks. However, there were those who used this time for personal development, gaining new skills, or starting businesses, creating new income streams. This is the power of personal responsibility. It allows us to adapt, innovate, and overcome any difficulty. This principle also relates to the dichotomy of control. We cannot control the economy, the job market, or inflation, but we can certainly manage our consumption habits, our attitude towards money, and our commitment to financial education and personal growth. Abandoning the habit of blaming others is not just a principle, but the best decision you can make. It's about leadership, learning from mistakes, and constantly striving for improvement. Understand that the key to financial freedom and a fulfilling life lies within ourselves. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not things that disturb us, but our views about them." The sixth habit is, renounce living according to others' expectations. This principle encourages us to live in accordance with our individual values, rather than following imposed social standards or others' expectations. In the modern digital age, the pressure to meet others' expectations is intensified. We often behave in ways that adopt a lifestyle that doesn't reflect our true essence, all in the name of approval or acceptance by others. This behavior also affects our approach to managing wealth and finances. We often strive to mimic the lifestyle of the rich and famous, trying to own their possessions, social status, and level of luxury, often at the expense of our own financial health. The Stoic principle of autonomy encourages us to resist the temptation to live to please others. Instead, we should focus on our personal path to financial independence, just as a marathon runner focuses on their own race. We must keep our focus on achieving our financial goals, avoiding distractions from others' finances. But how do we apply this principle in practice? First, It's important to know yourself, your values, and your aspirations. What does financial success mean to you? What are your goals with money? Having a clear understanding of your financial goals is crucial. Then, develop a financial plan aligned with these goals, one that is realistic and personalized, without depending on the actions or possessions of others. Moreover, resilience is key. There will always be pressure to conform and live to satisfy others. However, it's important to remember that your journey is unique, and your path to financial independence and success belongs to you alone. Adopting this principle requires time, patience, persistence, and deep personal reflection. However, the rewards are significant. By freeing yourself from others' expectations, you gain control not only over your finances, but over your life. You live authentically, with less stress and more happiness. In conclusion, don't let social pressure shape your financial decisions. Live according to your own values and let them guide your path to financial independence. Remember, the true race is with yourself. The eighth habit is accept and adapt to changes. As we arrive at the last and perhaps most significant teaching in our quest for financial freedom and personal satisfaction, we focus on a vital element: accepting and adapting to changes. Change is constant, but we often face it with resistance. We tend to cling to what is familiar, to the comfort zones we know. However, Stoicism teaches us to welcome changes and adapt to them, understanding the ephemeral nature of life and adjusting accordingly. It is in the ability to adapt that we find true prosperity. Seasons change, tides ebb and flow, the sun rises and sets. All these are examples of the inherent mutability of life. Just as a river is always in motion, life is also in constant transformation. We must learn to evolve with it, flowing with the current, not against it. In the financial realm, this principle shows us that the economic landscape is constantly changing. Sectors emerge while others decline, interest rates fluctuate, and the job market transforms. The only constant is uncertainty. The real task is not to resist change, but to learn to adapt to it. To overcome resistance to change, it is essential first to change our mindset. It's crucial to recognize that, although challenging, changes can open doors to new opportunities. Just as a caterpillar transforms into a butterfly through change, it is this transformation that gives it wings. Moreover, staying informed is important. Knowledge reduces fear, which is often the foundation of resistance to change. Stay aware of economic trends, investment opportunities, and effective financial practices. Knowledge is the compass that will help you navigate the ocean of change. Additionally, maintain a balanced perspective. Understand that changes can bring both benefits and losses. Just as a coin has two sides, so does change. Losing a job may lead to a more lucrative career. A failed venture can offer valuable lessons, and financial hardships can develop resilience and creativity. Finally, be flexible. Rigidity in the face of change can be harmful. Just as a flexible tree survives a storm while a rigid tree may be destroyed, flexibility in your financial plans, career choices, and investment strategies can help you overcome economic upheavals. Remember, the world is a stage of constant changes, and you are the main character. With the right mindset, knowledge, perspective, and flexibility, you can paint a picture of financial prosperity and personal fulfillment. Accepting change is not just about financial success, but about a life full of growth, learning, and evolution. It's about opening new chapters in life and discovering your true potential. So, embrace change, for it is the path to true freedom and self-realization. I sincerely hope this message has been helpful to you. I want to congratulate you for making it this far because it means you are committed to becoming a better person. If you liked the video, leave your comment. If you don't know what to comment, just write "I'm here" so I know you made it to the end. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe now and join us. Thank you for your attention, and until next time.